Next up was the Intercontinental title match between Brody King and Okada. You know how even sometimes when you're not really a fan of somebody, but you see him in a situation where you feel bad for him, you're like, I feel sorry for this poor fucking guy. That's the way I felt for Brody King. Because I'm sorry. I said Brody King was the number 3 guy in the House of Black. Malachi ran the thing, but he never got over it. It was all that more of that spooky movie bullshit, and it was phony. And people were like, yeah. And the booking, whether it was Malachi's or Tony's or whoever's, a stop and start and here and there, whatever the fuck. Buddy, his work is great. His body's great. His name is rotten, and they bury him. And Brody King is a guy who would be on top in a small territory or basically an indie guy for modern, consumption that just wouldn't be a featured guy in a major promotion. But Malachi leaves and they repackage Buddy and Brody as the Hounds of Hell as a tag team, and then bring them in and beat them as a team, and then they beat them both as singles. They haven't won a match since they got repackaged. But Brody King looks like Bruiser Brody next to this soft, lazy, bland, nothing happening, no personality slug. Okada is either the worst wrestler in the world, the laziest wrestler in the world, or potentially both. No, he can't be the worst. That's Moxley. But he's the laziest because Moxley works hard to suck. And this guy is sleepwalking through this. Can you deny what I'm saying, Brian? That every match that Okada does, he sleepwalks. He's the only guy I've ever seen that does an elbow fall off the top instead of an elbow drop. He's klutzy. He's awkward. He's slow. He takes a bump like he's landing on goddamn hot asphalt. And every once in a while, he'll stand up and throw a drop kick. Can you deny what I'm saying is true?
I always liked him in Japan years ago, and I can't deny what you're saying. Sleepwalking. And if he's not lazy, and I'm not going to say he is, but he appears lazy in the way he does his things in the ring and on the floor and wherever else he does stuff. I have not enjoyed Okada's run in AEW at all, and this was not a match I liked.
Lackadaisical, maybe even better than lazy.
Yeah, you know what? That's the term.
Just like, who cares? Who gives a shit? I'm going to get paid either way.
Okada-daisical.
Okada-daisical. I like the cut of your jib. So Okada brings a chair in, and it's the corpse referee, Rick Knox. So, of course, he takes the chair away, dramatically turns his back, and pitches it out and keeps his back turned until Okada runs over, grabs the championship belt, hits Brody King in the head with it, throws it out, and then the referee makes it obvious that he wasn't looking on purpose by spinning and counting immediately. 2 count. The very next move that happens in the match, Brody King, who just got crowned over the head with the title belt, is up and fine and clotheslines Okada and gives him a headbutt and splashes him in the corner and runs at him, and Okada jumps up and drop kicks him and then picks him up, and Brody King throws a clothesline, which Okada ducks and hits his shitty rain fucking maker. It's as dry as the Sahara Desert. That little shitty clothesline, it depends on how the guy takes a bump as to whether it looks fake or not. As to whether he takes a decent looking bump, because otherwise it's the shits. And
Drought maker.
There you go. And he hit boy, you're just, I can't even snap my fingers today. I'm sober, Klimt.
Thank you, sir.
You're right there today. The drought maker, 1, 2, 3. So the belt shot didn't work. Brody King was fine seconds later, but a shitty clothesline beat him. And another way of looking at it is the heel fuck didn't work, so the heel just beat the babyface flat right in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3. He's got Brody King has no excuse. Yeah, he just beat me. At least it was only 12 minutes.
And you brought up they're the Hounds of Hell, and we haven't seen them win, and they were repackaged. They got a video or two. And then Buddy lost to Okada. Buddy also got hurt. So we don't know when we're going to see Buddy again. If you're going to do anything with Brody King, you probably don't beat him right away. Again, it's a title match. I may not want to do a title switch, but why put him in the match?
Why have the match then?
Why put him in the match then? But we'll see what happens. I'm not as negative on Brody King as you are. Not to say this was a good match or anything. I didn't like this match, but there's something there. I think there is something there.
He looks better now that he got a tan, because with all the tattoos and no tan, he looked like a black and white comic strip.